and it is most widely used package also. There are different advantages of using that. The first one, it is very simple to use, right? It is very user friendly. The graphical user interface for MS Excel is very simple. So it is very user friendly. You may use the interface of MS Excel, like you can understand even without having background knowledge, right? So let us understand what are the different keywords, what are the different terminologies we have in MS Excel. The first part is your spreadsheet. Now, what is a spreadsheet? It is basically a program that displays the data that is represented in rows and columns, right? Like you may enter in that particular row or in any particular column with some text or with some numbers. You make different tables in this. What do you mean by different? Like you may have some categorical type of data, or you may have some qualitative data, or you may have some quantitative data. Like suppose in today's scenario we are maintaining a data set which is a collection of your RAQ Setu app users, right? So number of users, how many are getting affected, how many are self-assessed on this particular date. So we have maintained different attributes, and accordingly we have different records, right? So that we can do it in a spreadsheet, that is a worksheet itself, right? Now within a spreadsheet there are different uses of this spreadsheet: for preparing the budgets, for financial statements, for inventory management, for creating even charts. So it is one of the tools through which you can visualize your graph. You can plot different charts. You can have like pie charts, bar graphs, histograms. So there are different charts that can be visualized, that can be represented with the help of MS Excel, right? Next thing is we have a worksheet. Now we have understood what is a spreadsheet. Now what is a worksheet? They are basically used interchangeably only, right? You cannot say that a worksheet is not a spreadsheet. Both can be used interchangeably, right? A grid with columns and rows. The term worksheet is used interchangeably with spreadsheet, right? Next, what is a cell? So cell is an intersection of what? A row and a column, right? You have a row and you have a column that makes up a cell. So the intersection of rows and columns is called a cell, right? Then we have, what are the three things can you type in a cell? So what you type in a cell, what type of data we have in this cell, right? It could be a label, right? And this label consists of words or letters. Then we have values. The values could be numbers. Then we have formulas, statement that performs a calculation. So formula, there are inbuilt functions through which we can call this particular function, through which we can perform different calculations. Like if you want to sum all the values of a particular column, you may do it. If you want to perform addition of all the row, you may do it. Or particular cell, you may do that also. So you just need to type the address of that particular cell for which you are going to use the formula, right? Then what is a cell range? A group of cells that are closely together. So once we complete this part, then I'm going to show all these functions, all these concepts practically also, right? So what is a cell range? A group of cells that are closely together. What are columns? The vertical arrangement of cells. What are rows? The horizontally arrangement of cells. So identified by letters. So when we use Excel, you may directly understand what are columns, because columns are the vertically arrangement of cells. It has the headings with alphabets like A to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and so on. Then later on we may increase up to any number of columns. Then we have horizontal arrangement of cells identified by numbers. So you may distinguish between, if I am going to explain what are columns. Columns are represented by letters or alphabets, and uh, this rows are represented or identified by numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Then we have worksheet tab. Now what is worksheet tab? A tab that identifies each open worksheet in a spreadsheet program located at the lower left corner of the screen. So you may have, if you want to, even if you want to change the name of the sheet, you may change it. Like suppose I'm making the attendance for my students. So what I'm going to do is I may be typing the sheet name as January, then for January attendance, then February for February attendance, for March, March attendance, and so on. So I may change the sheet name also according to our requirement, right? Then we have is what is the difference between the versions of the editions basically of MS Excel 2003 and MS Excel 2007. Right. So when we talk about rows and columns in a spreadsheet, there is some size that needs to be specified. So earlier we have in 2003 version, in this edition we have 65536 rows. And how many columns? 256. Now with the latest edition, like with the next edition, that is 2007, it is not the latest. After this we have other editions also, but if we compare both the edition, now this rows is now expanded till what size of range? That is, now the range of values of rows are 1048576. Huge number of rows. And in columns also, earlier we have in hundreds, now we have in thousands. That is 16,384. So this is how we have like improved with the particular version also, with the particular edition also. Now let us see what is the cell address. Like we have, like I have already discussed about, columns are represented by alphabets and rows are basically represented by numbers. So if we want to calculate the address of a particular cell, we may be just allocating the rows and cell. Cell number is your column number, column name and a row number. So it is represented like this. It is a combination of column letter and row number, right? Like the very first cell of the sheet will be A1, because A is the column name and 1 is the first cell of that. Then B2. You may take the second column and second row. This is how we allocate the address part in a MS Excel, right? Then we have what is a name box. Now it basically displays the name of the active cell or range. So in a Excel sheet, it is representing like what is a name box. It is showing the particular address of that particular name box. Formula bar, very very important. formula bar, it displays the data of formula stored in the active cell. So if you want to insert any formula, you may insert it. Now, as soon as you inserted some formula, this formula is going to be represented in the formula bar as well, right? Then we have what is an active cell. Active cell where our cursor is. Where our currently our cursor is, it is basically highlighted with black color with some black border, right? The cell in which you are currently working, normally the cell is surrounded by black border. Then what is a function? Now I told you there are different formulas that we have in MS Excel. Like if we want to implement the sum of numbers or to calculate the average of numbers of this particular series, you may be using any one function for that. Right. So we have a predefined functions that we can use from an formula bar. Right, just select formula, then within formula you need to select sum, average, mean, whatever formula you are going to select it, give the range of cells, and then it is going to be executed. Right. Now what are operation symbols? What are operation? Which type of mathematical operation you need to perform? So you need to instruct the computer to perform some mathematical operations on that particular value or cell. Then what are operational symbols? We already use this operation symbols in many of the applications, right? Like you have addition, you have subtraction, you have multiplication, same as it we have in arithmetic operators. How do you key a formula? How do you specify a formula? Just double click on the cell and write down the formula, whatever formula you want, right? By using the address or by directly using the numbers, right? So you combine numbers and cell addresses, operation symbols, and or all functions. So you may have direct options also. You can directly manipulate these values, putting the values and putting the different operation symbols, or you may use the operation symbols with the addresses also, right? But before that you need to put equal to sign, right? So that the compiler behind that it understand like this cell is for particular formula. Then we have is order of operations, right? Completes formula in this order: parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, addition or subtraction, right? So like if we have some formula 5 plus 2 into 7, so first it multiplies, that is 2 sevens are 14. Now 14 plus 5 is 19. If you have brackets, first of all it is going to open the parenthesis open, 7 into 7 is 49. This is how it works. Like we have our BODMAS, it is same as that BODMAS. Then what is a column width tool? Now if we want to have changes in the width of a particular column, we may change it, right? If we want to change the width of a particular column, we may change it with the help of this tool, right? Same with rows also. Rows height column is going to a tool which changes the height of rows on a spreadsheet. So we have column part also, column width and row height. So these two things can be changed with the help of tool, or you directly what you can do is when you click on that particular column, arrow key will appear. You may increase it, you may decrease it, just drag with the help of mouse the size of the column. It is going to be affected, it is going to be changed with that particular arrow. Same as with your row part also. You may just select that particular row. If you want to increase the size, you may increase it. If you want to shrink the size, you may shrink that part also. Then we have is what is the fill handle tool. Now fill handle tool is used to copy the data formula to another cell. Like suppose my cell is having some formula, right? And I want to copy this formula into another cell. So I may be using the copy command, right? So you have a fill handle tool to copy the formula of one cell to another cell, right? And you may create a series also, right? If you want to copy multiple cells, you may do it with the help of same thing, right? Then what is auto sum tool? Auto sum means sum of all the things, all the cells. Automatically creates a formula to add a series of numbers in a spreadsheet. So if you want to add all the numbers, all the cell, you may add it with the help of auto sum. There is auto sum symbol is coming on the top ribbon bar, and that you may use it. Then I told you about what is a chart. Graphical representation of data. To compare and to analyze the data, we may use the different graphs that can be plotted through MS Excel, right? Let us see how to implement, how to use MS Excel. So let me start with a new file. So this is the GUI for your Excel. These are the tabs which are available at the top of this. This is the title bar containing the name of your book. These are the sheets. Like I told you, you may increase it. Even if you want to change the name of the sheet, just double click on that and change it. Like I told you, if you want to maintain the attendance of January, you may type January, then Feb, double click on that, then type Feb, and so on, right? So this is how you are, and you cannot have the duplicate names. Like suppose I am giving Feb here also, so it is going to give me the error, right? Like this, the name has is already taken. Try a different one. So this is, you cannot have the same name in the sheet while creating the different sheets, right? Now I told you these are the columns which are represented by letters, right? So these are the column names and these are the rows name that are represented by numbers, and the cell which is highlighted, it is highlighted with the black color, or here we are able to see it is green color. So this show my cursor is on this particular cell, which is an intersection of row and column, right? And if you want to increase, I told you, you have to, if you want to increase the size of the column, you may increase it. If you want to increase the size of the row, you may increase it like this. So this is how it is very user friendly. This is how you can customize your sheets according to your requirement. Suppose I am taking this sheet, I am making one uh, table, right? Like suppose I want to make table, I may be going into the borders part and I am filling all the borders like this, and then I want to give the heading to this particular row, and I want to merge this row so that it looks like this, and I'm opening the caps lock and I'm typing timetable, right? And then if you want to type it again, then just double click on this, right? And you can directly type here also. Like suppose I'm typing it session 2021 2022, So it is directly automated also. It is directly typed. Now if you want to format this particular cell, now how to format, how to have different font styles, how to have the background color, let us see that from the ribbon bar. So this is the ribbon bar which contains the most frequently used tools, right? Suppose I want this file to be in this color, that is yellow color, so I may be taking this, and then I want the font color should be like this, not of red color. Let me take some dark color, so black color. Now I want to change the font style also, like it should be like this, and I want to change the size. So directly you may just select the cell and just format your text. This is how it works. If you, there are three views in this. I am on the sheet, then you can go to page layout. It looks like this. Your page is looking like this. If you want to go into the detail part, like what is the printing area, it looks like this. Then move again into the sheet part. And if you want to enter any column name, like if I'm going to ask serial number, faculty name, uh, period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, and period 5. This is how basically it works. This dotted line shows that this is within this page only. So horizontally and vertically it is showing in like this. This is our first page till this part, right? If you want to like you want to change it, you may change it also by just going into the different views and just change the size also. Like from here also you may decrease or increase the cell width and row height, right? Let me come back to my slide. The most important feature in this is, let me, all the commands, cut, copy, paste, all the commands are very much working here also. Like suppose I have taken this particular row, I want to format it. I may be taking some different color, putting is at bold, and then just increasing the size. Right. Now, when I'm going to increase the size, the faculty name is not coming within that particular size of the cell. Now, what to do? So, there is a command that is wrap text. Now, by using this wrap text, the text will be wrapped into that particular cell, right? So you may have some values which are basically not coming. Like suppose I am putting something, this is the session on MS Excel, and we are doing practicals in the session, right? So you may have such a huge line of code which is coming and which is not reflecting. So what you have to do is you just wrap the text. So now it is going to wrap the text and it will automatically increase the height of the row itself, right? And if you want to increase the width of the cell, you may increase it by like this. And if you need to, like if you want to have some more thing, like you may change it like this also, right? Just double click on that. Now these are some features which we have in our MS Excel. Now I just want, like, this is the format painter. I just want this format pointer, wrap text I have used. I want to format this text and I want to basically copy this text and pasted it another cell. So the same text, the same cell can be copied with the help of Control C command, or you may have the copy command here, right? And just paste it anywhere where you want it. How to paste it? It is Control plus V, or here is the option that is paste. So you have copied. Now if you want to paste it, just paste it. So this is, or if you want to cut, Control X, or this scissor, or this scissor. Now it is basically showing you copy here. Yes, so it is going to Control X and copy here. Again Control X and copy here. And then you want to delete this. You just press delete button from both the cells, and this color would be coming. So what you have to do is just go into the color theme colors and get it white only. So this is how it works, how MS Excel works, how you may use these wonders. Now if you want to zoom in and zoom out, so you may be using this zoom handler, which is increasing the size of the cell or decreasing the size of the cell, right? Now once you have done this, now you need to save if suppose you have made number of operations on this, now you want to save this, just go to the file tab and click on save. Now suppose I am saving it, browsing it, and giving the spreadsheet name as my first sheet, first underscore sheet, and it should be of Excel workbook. Automatically Excel workbook will be selected. Now if you want to have a 97 to 2003 format, you may change it to that also, right? So by default it is going to give you this format only. Now once you have selected this, like in documents, you are saving the file. So now there are different commands, like if you want to take the printout, so just go to the file command and press print. You may have different options for print, like it is showing portrait orientation, you may change it to landscape also, and if it is showing landscape, you may change it to portrait also, right? Now next thing we have in this is the number of pages. Like suppose it is showing there are 2 pages, I want to take the printout of only single page. So what I am going to do is I am going to type it 1 to 1, then it is going to print only 1 to 1, and then just click on this print icon, select your printer from this sorry. So from this printer you may select the printer and just press it on print command. So this is how Excel works. It is very user friendly. I hope you like this session and you will be doing practical on your own, right? If you have any doubt, please write in the chat section. We will be meeting in the next session, right? Thank you.